Here's a quick game. You ask your toddler 3 things, and you guess the answers. Time for your bath? No. Want a snack? Your favorite one? No. All right, let's get clever. Okay, fine. No bath tonight. Still no. Hold on. Did you catch that? Your toddler just said no to not taking a bath. No to the bath. One little word, rejecting a thing and its exact opposite, which means that word was never really about the bath. It's not about the snack. It's not even about you. Your toddler is trying to tell you something completely different, and most parents translate it wrong. So stay with me for the next few minutes, because once you hear what no really means, you'll never fight this war the same way again. First, take a breath, because if your days feel like endless negotiations with a very small, very stubborn negotiator, you are not alone. Picture it, 6:40 in the morning. You offer the dinosaur shirt, the exact shirt they begged for yesterday. No. You offer cereal. No. You offer the other cereal. Also, no. By breakfast, you've had 11 proposals rejected by someone who can't reach the light switch. And somewhere between the shirt and the cereal, a dark little thought creeps in. Did I do this? Did I raise a tiny dictator? So here's the first thing you need to know. No, you didn't. This is not bad parenting. And it's not a bad kid. Almost every child goes through this exact phase. It starts around 14 to 18 months, and it can last until age 3. Pediatricians even have a name for it, negativism. And here's what makes it extra confusing. Half the time, toddlers don't even fully understand what you're asking. Their language skills are still loading, but their opinions arrived early. This phase is so common that doctors consider it a milestone. Yes, a milestone. Like walking, like first words, which raises the real question. A milestone of what? So, what is no really about? Here's the answer. Somewhere around 18 months. Something quietly switches on inside their mind. Self-awareness. There's a famous experiment about this. Psychologists secretly dabbed a tiny red dot on babies' noses and sat them in front of a mirror. The young babies smiled at the other baby in the mirror. Some even kissed it. But between 15 and 24 months, toddlers did something new. They reached up and touched their own nose. That tiny gesture means a huge thought has arrived. That's me. I exist. I am a separate person. Now, here's the part that should give you chills. That exact window is when the no explosion begins. Not a coincidence. The moment your toddler discovers they're a separate person, they need a way to prove it. And one perfect little word draws a line between you and me. No. Every no is your toddler announcing, I am not you. I am me. It's not rebellion. It's a birth announcement. The psychologist Erik Erikson described this stage, from 18 months to 3 years, as one of the great battles of growing up. He called it autonomy versus shame and doubt. In plain words, your toddler is deciding, deep down inside, am I someone who gets to want things? Am I allowed to choose? Does my will count? And willpower works like a muscle. It doesn't grow by thinking, it grows by lifting. Every single no is one rep at the gym. So when your toddler refuses the red cup, then demands the red cup, they're not messing with you. They're training, testing which rules bend, which rules hold, and what happens when they get to decide. And here's the twist most parents never hear. The toddler who gets to practice saying no safely at 2 is building the exact same muscle that says no to peer pressure at 15. Let that sink in for a second. You were never supposed to raise a child who can't say no. The goal is to survive the training season. But wait, something doesn't add up. If no is about independence, why does your toddler say no to things they want. You ask, "Want to go to the park?" They love the park. They say no. Then they burst into tears, because now they're not going to the park. Sound familiar? The ice cream they begged for, rejected. The piggyback ride they adore, refused, then cried for. What is going on? Here's why. Right behind your toddler's forehead sits a part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. Think of it as the brain's brake pedal. It manages impulses, follows rules, and holds two ideas at the same time. And at age 2, that brake pedal is barely installed. Researchers at Harvard put it bluntly. These kids are not being difficult on purpose. Their control system simply isn't built yet. So picture the moment in slow motion. Your question comes in, "Park?" The feeling part of the brain shouts, "Yes, park." But the mouth fires the automatic answer first, "No." Because at this age, no is the reflex. And once it's out, your toddler can't take it back. They don't have the brakes to stop, rewind, and switch answers. So they stand there, trapped inside their own word, wanting the park, and sobbing. They're not being dramatic. They are genuinely stuck, holding two ideas at once. I said no, and I want to change my answer. That's heavy lifting even for a grown-up brain. For a toddler brain, it's simply not possible yet. And this is exactly why explaining logic to a 2-year-old mid-meltdown rarely works. You're reasoning with a driver whose brakes aren't connected yet. Now, here's the part nobody tells you. How long this phase lasts partly depends on you. Dr. Tova Klein, who ran a research center just for toddlers, puts it simply, they're supposed to say no. They're practicing having a voice. But if every no triggers a huge reaction from you, arguing, bargaining, exploding, your toddler quietly learns something fascinating. This word is powerful. This word makes mommy's face change. This word can stop the whole house. And a toddler who discovers a magic button does not press it less. They press it more. So the kindest thing you can do, for both of you, is take the electricity out of the word. Stay boring. Stay calm. And keep this sentence taped inside your mind. They're supposed to say no. And this phase will not last forever. Okay, so what do you actually do? At 6:40 in the morning, here are 3 moves that work with the toddler brain, instead of against it. Move 1. Stop asking yes or no questions. Every yes or no question hands your toddler a ready-made no. So don't ask, offer, not, "Can you put on your shoes?" but "Red shoes" or "Blue shoes." The shoes are not negotiable. The color is. Your toddler gets the feeling of power. You get the shoes on. Everybody wins. And this works everywhere. Bath now, or after one more book? Walk to the car, or hop like a bunny? Small choice, same destination. Move 2. Let no win. When it doesn't matter. Before you push back, run one quick check. Is this about safety, health, or sleep? If yes, hold the line. Calm, kind, and firm. If not, let them have this one. The cup, the sock color, the order of the bedtime books. A toddler who collects small wins all day has far less need to start big wars. Move 3. When the meltdown comes, and it will come, skip the debate. Name the feeling instead. Get down low, get quiet, and say the thing they can't say for themselves. You wanted to say yes, and no came out. That feels awful. You'll be amazed how often being understood works better than being convinced. So tonight, when that little voice says no for the 40th time, try to hear the real translation underneath. I just found out that I'm a person, and I'm still learning how to be one. The no phase is not a problem to fix. It's a person, under construction. And you're not losing a battle. You are watching your child's will, being born. If this helped you see your little one a little differently today, hit subscribe. We explain things your baby is doing every day.